Day 1 of our trip along the Great Ocean Road. First, we met our friend Ethan, who was picking up his bike in the city, and then made our way to Ocean Grove. We decided to take the long way around through Queenscliff as we had plenty of time to explore before we needed to be at our campsite. Eventually, we made it to our campsite, set up our tent, and then went to explore the beach that was just across the road. In the morning, we packed up our things and got ready to head west. At this point, we had no plans on where we were going to spend the night, we just wanted to see where the day took us. But in the early afternoon, we learnt of a beautiful free campsite at Beauchamp Falls, so we decided to try our luck there. Of course, we had to go and visit the lighthouse around the twist was filmed. The views from the top were definitely worth all the stairs on the way up. We had already had such beautiful scenery on our ride so far, but it wasn't until now that we were officially on the Great Ocean Road, and we knew it was only going to get better from here. We thought it would make a really cool photo to get a shot of us on the road from this lookout. So Ethan and I rode down to the bottom and along this road while Houston stayed at the top and tried to get a shot. The photo didn't come out quite as good as we'd hoped, but we had a go and continued on our way. After a gorgeous day of riding, it was time to get our groceries and head up to our campsite for the night. We started riding up one side of the mountain just to find ourselves in a bit more gravel than we felt comfortable taking a bike with road tyres on. So we turned around, made our way back down, and then up the other side. We definitely can't complain about turning around because it was just as beautiful on the way back down. couple kilometres of this track were dirt, so we took it nice and slow. Once we finished setting up, we decided to take the walk down to the waterfall, which ended up taking us about an hour all up. It is definitely worth the walk if you are passing through, as it is quite an impressive waterfall. As usual, we didn't have any plans for where we were going to stay the next night, but assumed it would be near Warrnambool. However, when we stopped in Port Campbell for lunch, we decided to call it a day and just book a site there for the night. We stopped for brekkie at Apollo Bay and then made our way to Cape Otway. local brewery to have some lunch, only to realise we were actually pretty tired and decided to just stay in Port Campbell for the night. So we booked a caravan park and set up our tent before going and exploring the beach. Originally, we were hoping to explore the Grampians after we finished the Great Ocean Road, but there was a bunch of rain headed our way, so we sat down with the map to make a new plan. The new plan was to finish the rest of the Great Ocean Road and then head back on the highway all the way to Queenscliff, catch the ferry over to Sorrento and explore the other side of Port Phillip Bay. This side of the bay was supposed to be a little bit drier, or at the least a shorter ride through the rain to get back to Melbourne. The grotto was our last stop on the list before turning around and getting on the highway to head all the way back to Queenscliff. Before we knew it, we were getting on the ferry in Queenscliff, like we didn't just spend 2 days doing that entire distance that we just did in a couple hours. We had super good timing, so we got to go straight through with no wait time. Boarding the ferry was a super easy process, but on this ferry the bikes don't get tied down, so we decided to stay nearby for the duration of the trip.